This is incredible. I'm getting it.
You getting what?
A stock.
What stock?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Stock Market Show. This is your host, Shades. Welcome to another KULR KULR Technology KULR Stock video. We have some news, and let's talk about the charts as well. The news, let's knock that out of the way first. KULR Technology announced its active collaboration with the U.S. Army, which I mentioned in my previous video. As long as this stock is working with the Department of Defense, military, whatever the case may be, there's always going to be a catalyst. There's always going to be potential for upside on the next piece of news or PR. The active collaboration with the U.S. Army to plan an in-depth evaluation of the KULR Vibe system for vibration reduction and optimal balance on on Apache and Black Hawk helicopters. The evaluation is slated to begin in 2025. So it's what, a pilot program essentially? That's really what it is. It's a pilot program. If it works out, then I imagine KULR stands to make a lot of money if they get a contract. That's at least what I'm thinking, because this is just a test program, right? Yeah, evaluation. So that's going to be a year-long study. Yeah, the planned 12-month study will be conducted in partnership with the South Carolina National Guard. The assessment is so that it's really just a really long pilot program. If it works out for them, they'll probably get a contract off of it or something. That's what I'm thinking. Because they want to see if it reduces long-term maintenance costs and improves aircraft longevity and reliability. So if it works out for them, if this pilot program or study, whatever you want to call it, is successful, I imagine KULR gets a contract off of it. So that's a catalyst in the future right there to think about. It's gonna be a year from now, but where we might get some news on this. But that's something you write down and keep in the back of your head, because most people are gonna forget. They're gonna read this PR and go, whatever. The market is bleeding, don't care. And then they'll forget about the fact that they mentioned, hey, this study, it's 12 months long. See you in 2026. Oh, by the way, it worked out. We got a contract. Boom, it explodes. Don't be lazy. Always keep track of hey, they talked about this, so we should hear about this in the future, and it could send the price moving. All right, so the market is red. I told you guys last week, hey, the market has to, people have to show up. Buyers have to step in. They have to show up, or the stock's gonna go. The stock market as a whole, not just KULR. So it's going to be a very interesting day. Buyers have to step in. If sellers take control, where the market as a whole is going to start dumping. I also made a reference here to Nvidia. Where's Nvidia stock? My watch list is so big, I forget where I keep everything. I think Nvidia's at the top. Yeah. Nvidia, I told people to keep an eye on Nvidia on the monthly chart, because the last time we got a cross under on the MACD, the last time we got one was back in March. What was it? April 1st, 2022. That led to a 6-month bear market. If you guys have been around long enough, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If that happens again, because Nvidia doesn't start creating new highs, because a bull market is marked by a stock like Nvidia constantly creating new highs, and it went from 140 to 1,000 plus before doing a forward stock split. So if you know about that, when a stock like Nvidia shows that much strength and then suddenly it struggles to make highs, you got to pay attention. I'm not saying we're in a bear market. I'm not saying we're entering one. What I am saying is keep an eye on Nvidia, because there are some warning signs. When a stock shows that much strength to go from 140 to 1,000 plus, and then it starts struggling to create new highs since November 21st, Warning shots are being fired. I'm hoping we reach a new high and the bull run continues. That way we continue to make money. Because in a bear market, it's just going to get ugly. I mean, we're almost in extreme fear on the fear and greed index. So just gives you an idea as to how people are reacting to this price action. So keep an eye on today's close. It's probably the most important close in my opinion. It's the most important close. If we close red and you let sellers take control, it's gonna come down nice and cheap. So with regards to KULR stock, you can see my watch list of robotic stocks. They're all just coming on down. It's kind of funny how all these AI quantum computing stocks are red, but Nvidia decides, hey, today I'm gonna be green. So funny how that works. That's something I've noticed. But with regards to KULR, if the market as a whole is struggling, KULR stock is going to come down nice and cheap, and it's your opportunity to take advantage when the stock market offers you an opportunity to buy cheaper than, say, where it's at right now. Now, I think this is a good long-term investment. I did more due diligence, I think yesterday, or was it Saturday? I forget. This is a good one. This is one of the good ones. You either have to add on dips, but no, don't lump sum like all of your position. Like, don't lump sum a huge position. Like, don't throw all your money at once. Just, like today, people are buying the dip right now. We'll see if this holds, because people buy the dip right now at 10 a.m., but by 3 o'clock we might be big red, just coming on down under 4. So, and I know some people are still holding. There are people who are still holding KULR stock who bought it at 510. And I told those people in my Discord, I'm like, I'm going to make a strategy video on how to day trade. Because if you're going to day trade KULR or any of these volatile quantum runners, you got to have a strategy. You can't just throw money and hope. Like, that's never going to work out. Like, one of my Discord members took like a 21% loss today. And I don't remember the name of the stock. But I'm like, you should not have taken a 21%. That should not happen. You should have had a stop loss. Don't get cocky and overconfident. Everyone is a genius in a bull market, right? It just keeps going up, right? It's hard to lose when things keep going up. But don't get so cocky and overconfident that you just throw money and you're like, it's gonna keep going up, right? No, things will eventually pull back. Things will come down nice and cheap. It's going to happen at some point. May not be this week or next week, but it will happen eventually. That's just how it is. That's how the market moves. It moves in cycles. That's why we call it bull market, bear market. As of right now, I'm still going to wait for the breakout, because breakouts have been money. Breakout here, look at that, 2 green candles. The breakout here, 1 big green candle, and, well, this was a big green candle, and then a sell-off. People took profits, but either way, breakouts on this one is what I'm looking for. I think my sleep schedule is back to normal now after the holiday, so I should be awake to play it if we get a breakout. I would look again for the breakout above 550 at this point. That's what I'm watching out for. I did wake up early today because I was holding a position on one of the... What stock was it? I was holding a position on this one right here. And I took profit, and I'm glad I did, because it came down nice. It dropped at open. So you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. I know some people like to treat the stock market like a casino. I like to treat it like poker. Got to know when to hold them, when to fold them. Got to know when to go in big, when to go in with small positions. Got to know what you got to know. Like, it comes with experience, but you'll get there if you're not there yet. For those of you who know what I'm talking about, you know. If you know, you know, because you have the experience. So I'm looking for the breakout again, because that's in order for KULR to go higher. What does it have to do? It has to constantly break out, right? It has to constantly have these big green candles above a resistance level to go higher and higher. It did it here. It did it here. I mean, it did it here as well. Look, green candle here. It has to keep doing that in order to perform this way. And like I said, every video I try to make it such that you walk away learning something. That's what I hope for. Obviously, if you're experienced, you're not learning anything. You already know most of this. I'm waiting for the breakout. If I buy the dip, I want to buy a big dip. I want to buy it when it comes down real cheap. Essentially a bear market. Because someone did ask me in the Discord, hey, are you buying RGTI? Are you buying KULR stock or any of these AI stocks? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to buy them. I'll buy them when they get cheap. And when do they get cheap? In a bear market, right? Let me see if I can pull that up for you guys real quick. Let's see if I can find it. Well, no, maybe it was in the alerts room. Yeah, thanks for your eye on Q video. This looks like you're buy the dip strategy. What would your entry for this be? Looks like it wants to shoot past 50. And I immediately told him, well, I don't care how it looks like. I don't, it looks like Nvidia's going to go to 1,000 again. That doesn't mean anything. I don't go off of whether it looks like, I don't go off of looks. So I told him, I'm like, no, this is a bear market strategy for me. Wait for a bear market. We will always have a bear market. People get too bullish and they forget the bear markets exist. They can come at any point. But when there's a bear market, what happened? Nvidia gets real cheap and then ran to 1,000 in the bull run. You get the best opportunity during a bear market. I'm not saying a bear market is going to happen, just to be clear. But that's my strategy. I want these quantum computing stocks as cheap as possible. I'm a cheapskate. Would you rather buy pizza slice for $40 when it's the most expensive, assuming we have, for some reason, we're selling pizzas now with fluctuating, surging prices, I guess. I guess the demand is so high for pizza that it's at $40 a slice. But just as a comparison, if you buy it at 40 and then there's a pizza bear market and it comes down to $5 a piece, I mean, I can wait. I'll buy that, $5 slice. You can buy the $40 slice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm that big of a cheapskate. I believe in being a cheapskate in the markets. I don't know why people like to buy stocks when they're the most expensive. They'll get cheap again. It'll happen. Soundhound hit a high of, what was it? $10 from a low of 166. People thought it was going to go to the moon. No way this is ever going to be cheap. Came down to $3.50 to $4. And it sat there in a trading range. It was nice and cheap down here. And now it's expensive again. That's why I'm saying buy when it's cheap. Other than that, I will be looking to day trade it if it breaks out. That's the best I can do with a strategy. I'll be making a strategy video on that, because I don't want my Discord, because they just throw money blindly around. Like I was shocked at how many people do that. I'm like, huh? No, you don't do that. You don't do that. I'm gonna give you the strategy if you're in the Discord through the Patreon. I'll give you the strategy, so you should not have to take 20% loss at all. Some of you are still holding, I know. Good luck. If you get that breakout, you should smile, because you were lucky enough that we didn't start tanking, and instead buyers are stepping in and pushing it up. I look forward to the end of the day and on Tuesday. Other than that, I'm not bullish or bearish right now. I'm more like, let's see if we get that next high. Let's see. Let the market reveal what's going to happen next. And a lot of people did tell me over the weekend, I think we're bearish. It looks like the stocks want to come down, and I agree. Stocks look like they want to come down nice and cheap, and I even told everyone in Discord, I'm like, this is when you should be smiling ear to ear. This is when you should be smiling ear to ear, because guess what? It's nothing more than an opportunity to add cheap. Look at this. Today at 9:06 a.m., I'm smiling ear to ear right now. I've been waiting for blood in the market so we can load cheap. As an aside, buy only the stock seller in Discord. Anything you buy outside of that is on you. A lot of new people here, so I wanted to clarify. I was never going to chase quantum stocks or AI stocks at highs. We wait for the bottom now. So we exercise a lot of patience and discipline. But again, I will chase the breakout if it happens. Again, I showed you the pattern. Breakouts very, very, when they break out, it's a big green candle and it's $1 plus move. So why not take advantage, in my opinion? Okay, so if you're in the Discord, look out for the MACD strategy. I'll be going over that. It's going to be quite a long video, because we have to go in depth with that one. You can't just use a blanket MACD. You have to tailor the MACD settings to the specific stock and its movement, depending on the specific time frame as well. It gets complex. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Bullish long-term on KULR. My personal price target is still 10. But with the way the market is moving and behaving, exercise some caution. Wait for the breakout. Please use a strategy. Have a stop loss. I'll see you guys in the next one.